Hello, I'm Valerie McLennan. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be. I hope you're well. This is my spiritual channel, Valerie Mac, Scottish, spiritual, and very funny, allegedly. If you've been following me a while, thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying, and please stay with me on my journey through planet Earth. If you're a new listener, thank you. I hope you enjoy. And may I ask you to revert back to previous podcasts, and it'll give you an idea of my wisdom, my humour, my singing, my talent for singing cabal songs, all of the above. You'll have to revert back and find out and listen, thanking you. Now, it's a Friday evening in Scotland. Are you in Scotland? I am. Friday evening. And 4 o'clock today, pitch dark, absolutely freezing. Freezing. And the last time I looked, it wasn't raining. It was dry. That was a positive. It was dry. Absolutely bitterly cold. Anyway, Friday evening, so I thought, I'll keep it light. I'll give you a few jokes. Have you got a pen? Oh, here she goes again, my pen. Have you got a pen and a piece of paper? I want you to write something down. I know what you're going to ask. Well, get your pen and get your piece of paper because you will need it shortly. Now, regarding my talks in 2026, as mentioned previously, I have limited availability, I'm very popular. I am. If you are looking for a talk in 2026, if it is not physically in my diary, if I look at my diary, listen to her being dramatic, if I look in my diary and your talk is not there with a date, a time, and a location in my diary, it doesn't exist. What does that mean to me? What am I supposed to do with that? What's it all about? Alfie, I need a date, I need a time, I need a location for that to be confirmed in my diary. Otherwise, it is merely a thought in your mind. And what good is that to me? Just saying. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of little light-hearted stories, little jokes. Hopefully, it will make you laugh on this Friday evening or whenever you're listening. Right, shall I continue? Shall I go to prepare myself? Shall I? Right. The teacher is in her class and the children, acting just kind of mischievous, all of the usual. And they're making little funny faces to each other. And one is kind of pulling his face and making a little ugly face and doing this and doing that. The way we've done, since the beginning of time. So the teacher said, "Oh, I remember when I was young, and my mother used to say, if you do that, and if you make an ugly face, and the wind changes, your face will freeze like that." I think every mother said that, didn't they? I think your face will freeze in that position. And the little boy looks up at the teacher, and he says, "Well, miss, you can't say you weren't warned." Next, move on swiftly. A wife invited people to dinner, and she turned to her 6-year-old daughter. She's trying to impress the guests. And she said, "Oh, darling," to her 6-year-old, "would you like to say the blessing?" Showing off, of course. And the little 6-year-old said, "Oh, Mummy, I wouldn't know what to say." And the mummy said, the lady said, "Just say what Mummy says." Oh, dangerous, dangerous, I know. "Just say what Mummy says." And the little girl bowed her head and said, "Lord, why on earth did I invite all these people to dinner? Amen." Listen, they're not hysterical, but most people, many people, not you and nor I, some people will relate to that. There's a little boy and he's only 4. And he's walking along the beach, holding his mummy's hand. And all of a sudden he spots a dead seagull on the sand. And he comes over to his mum and he says, "Oh, Mummy, there's a dead seagull on the sand." And his mother looks at him and says, it's okay, son. The seagull has just gone to heaven." And the little boy, who's only 4, is looking at the seagull on the ground. And he said, "He's gone to heaven." And she said, "Yes." And he says, "What happened? Did God throw him back down?" Moving on. A mother was making pancakes for her son's Kevin, aged 5, and Ryan, aged 3. The boys, like they do, were arguing over who was going to get the first pancake when they were ready. The mother, trying to calm the situation, said, "If Jesus was sitting here, he would say, 'Let my brother have the first pancake. I can wait.'" Kevin, 5, looked at his brother Ryan, aged 3, and said, "Ryan, you be Jesus." Now, there's another one. It's a bit longer, this final one. This is quite long. But I think you may have heard this other one before, but it's quite long. So, have a good pen. Get that ready. I'm nearly there. I'm nearly at the pen. Sit. He's still sitting. There's a couple in the house, and they're looking around. No, that's not true. Start again. Thank you. A man is in a house, and he's a burglar. For goodness sake. Start again. There is a burglar in a house. Thank you. Got there eventually. There's a burglar in a house, and he's just walking around, and he's picking up jewellery, and he's picking up this, and he's picking up that in the dark, when he hears a voice saying, "Jesus is watching you." And for a minute he thinks, oh, and he kind of looks over his shoulder in the dark. He can't see anyone. And then he thinks, no, and he carries on. He continues on his path, and he's picking up this, and he's picking up that. And a couple of minutes later, he hears, "Jesus is watching you." And he thinks, for goodness sake. So then he looks up, and all of a sudden he catches the eye of a parrot. And he looks at the parrot, and he says, "Was that you?" And the parrot says, "It was me." And he says, "And who are you?" to the parrot. And the parrot says, "I am Moses." And the burglar laughed, and he said, "A parrot called Moses? What fool would call their parrot Moses, for goodness sake?" And the parrot said, "The same fool that called the Rottweiler Jesus." I like that. Thanking you for listening. I know, for goodness sake, the entertainment I give, burst into song, give you little jokes, make you laugh. Listen, if you don't laugh, it's not my problem. It's not my problem. Anyway, have you got a pen? Have you got a piece of paper? www. You should know this by now. www.speakout.uk, and put Valerie McLennan in the search bar, and you will know who I am. And if you do, could you phone me, let me know who I am? No, but if you look at that, www.speakout.uk, search bar, Valerie McLennan, you will see what it'll give you more kind of background regarding my talks, my speaking ability, and all of the above. And more importantly, it will clarify my delivery style, my dry wit. I am not formal. I know I've said that a million times, but if you look on that website, it will explain it more fully, and it will give you more background. Now, I don't like repeating myself, but in the sake of repeating myself, it is the middle of November. If you are looking for a talk for a business or an event, whatever, if you run a business, if you are the business, if you're wherever you are, if you would like to invest in your people regarding spirituality, regarding giving them tools for their mind, their body, their spirit, for their health. Many people, many companies, many people in the world invest in training courses. What is more important than your mind, your body, your spirit, and your general, that's going to get you through life? This is going to be with you forever. Now, if you're looking for a talk, I'm based in Scotland. I know. If you want to, have a look at the website, or get anything, if you're looking for, if you want me to speak anywhere, or I don't mean anywhere, I'm kind of restricted a tad. I'm in Scotland. I'm looking at 2026, so try and be realistic. Thanking you. And even have an initial, contact me initially, just to have this brief conversation. I'm also on LinkedIn, Valerie McLennan, and Freelance Business Executive, I think it is. You'll recognise my face. I've had it for a while, and it's the same kind of profile picture I have in most places. So if you find me on Facebook, if you find me on LinkedIn, if you look on the agency, I've had this face for a while. And if contact me one way or another, that kind of thing. As I said, Many people say, oh, I'd love you to do a talk. Now, if it's not in my diary, you don't exist. How on earth would I be able to function and arrange a diary if you're just, you've got to time, date, wherever, location. As I said, if I can't see it in the diary, it doesn't exist in the world or in my ether. Now, it's regarding spiritual wisdom. I will obviously share humour, but, I'll maybe not go along the jokey line, but I'll be sharing stories, my belief in how to keep your mind under your own control. As I keep saying, if I didn't use the tools I have myself, I would be searching the streets. Has anyone seen my mind? I seem to have lost it again. So it's giving you the tools and what I taught, the way, just really my own personal belief regarding spirituality, and just like what you're hearing on the podcast. And that way, if you're totally unaware of how it works, even better, I'd like to share that with you. If you're on this path and you just feel like, there's many people on this path, but as we call it, like a top-up, or if you'd like to listen to another speaker, just get a different perspective, all of the above. Contact me, as I said, you can either contact me via the agency, speakout.uk, Valerie McLennan, LinkedIn, under my own name, if you wanted to contact me directly. I'm on LinkedIn, Valerie McLennan, freelance business executive. You'll recognise the picture, so you'll know it's me. I'm also on Facebook. I've started up on Instagram. I can't remember. It's the same picture. I don't know. I've only just gone on there kind of recently, so I can't remember. Is it my handle? Or I don't know. I don't even know what you call it. If you go on Instagram and you just put my name again, you reckon it's the same picture. I'm using the same picture everywhere. So, so if you look on there, you'll know it's my profile on Instagram. You can kind of follow me on Instagram or contact me on there. Contact me on LinkedIn. For goodness sake, there you are. You've got everything you need on there to contact me. And we can start having an initial conversation. Are you wanting to start 2026 holding on to the same anxiety, the same stress, all of the same whatever you had last year? If you're not happy with the way you are today, you're not happy with the way you are yesterday, if you know that you would like an improvement in your mind, or you would just like a new way of looking at your life, or just something, this is what it's all about. No, don't you sing that song again. I have no intentions of it. So there you are. I just wanted to give you a few jokes. Go on there, check out where it is. Remember, if it's only a thought, there's no good for someone, it's no good if you're just saying to me, I'd love a talk or whatever. That means nothing to my diary, means nothing to me. It's got to be confirmed. And that's it. That's about all I can say on that one. I hope you're all well. I know the weekend, I think it's to be freezing cold up in Scotland. But it's dry. Do you notice in between? I know I'm trying to get to 15 minutes now. Listen to ours talk about the weather now. I am. Our fork yesterday, torrential rain. Are you after a job with the weather fork? No, I'm not. But today, see if you get that little bit of sunshine for about an hour in between. Oh, it's that lovely autumn look, isn't it? Do you know the one I like, with the leaves crunching under your feet and all the trees? Have you noticed the colours of the trees? The deep red and the auburn and all of that. It'll soon be gone because we'll suddenly get a gale in Scotland. That'll be nothing. That'll be a wee dream from the past. Whoosh, and it's gone, isn't it? You look at this nice crisp weather and it's not been too windy, which I like because then the leaves are still there. And then one day you'll hear somebody say, oh, it's going to be very windy today. You look out, gone. But then they're on the ground. See, I'm happy. I'm easily amused. As long as it's not raining, even if the leaves are on the ground, I still like it because I can walk through them with a little flourish. Do you know that kind of thing? Now, I hope you're noticing. This is autumn. You're supposed to pay attention to these things. Pay attention. Even the cold air in your face. If you are able to walk, obviously if you're not able to, that's a different thing. If you're able to walk and you just think, can't be bothered, I would suggest get out and walk whenever it is. It's one of the best things for your mind, apart from your mind, body, spirit. Walking is, I just don't know what to say. To me, personally, it's better than the gym and it's better than a lot of different things. You're in the fresh air. You're out there. As long as you're up your mind, your ears aren't all continually plugged into something else. Try and absorb the environment where you are. Notice where you are. Notice what's around you. Notice the autumn. You know, a lot of people are just so tuned into whatever they've got in their ears. They're not listening, they're not seeing, and they've said that to me. I've never noticed that. Lived here forever. Didn't ever notice that in my life. Well, you should be ashamed of yourself. That's all I'm saying. Now, there you are. Hope you enjoyed the little jokes. I thought they were funny. And that's me. I'm going now. 15 minutes. Might possibly pop on over the weekend. Don't know. I'll just see what I have to give you. Pen, write it down, tell other people, wherever you are. As I said, if you're not my diary, yeah, don't exist. Look after each other. Take care from now. Bye for now. Bye-bye.